Imagine for a moment, feeling completely invisible to the person who knows you best, the one you share your life with. Worse yet, imagine thinking you actually scared them. That's the heartbreaking reality for the woman in today's story, a woman who came to Reddit asking for help because she fears her own husband is genuinely afraid of her. This isn't just about a lack of intimacy, it's about a deep, unsettling fear that has started to erode her self-worth and question everything she thought she knew about her marriage. Before we dive into this deeply emotional and complex story, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with your thoughts and advice. Your engagement helps us share more powerful stories like this one. Our storyteller, a 30-year-old woman, has been with her husband, who is 35, for a remarkable 12 years, 4 of which they've been married. She makes it clear up front that he has never been the most touchy-feely or overtly sexual person, and she's always accepted that about him. But lately, something has shifted drastically. It's no longer just a lack of affection, it feels like she actually freaks him out, leading her to question how he truly sees her after all these years. This isn't a small worry, it's a profound, soul-shaking concern that has started to permeate every corner of her mind. The story begins with her husband returning from a TCG tournament. He'd been out of state from Thursday to Monday, and she really missed him. She picked him up from the airport, full of anticipation, and dropped him off at home so he could decompress while she finished up some work. She was so incredibly excited to finally see him that evening, hoping for that warm, familiar reunion after a few days apart. She knew he'd be tired, of course, but she at least hoped for some cuddles, some genuine kisses, a reconnection. And for a moment, she got a little bit of that. He did cuddle, yes, but it was accompanied by only a couple of tiny, almost perfunctory pecks on the cheek, and it was painfully clear he didn't want much physical contact beyond that. The warmth she craved just wasn't there. Trying to stay optimistic, she reasoned that he must just be exhausted from his trip. He even took the next day off work, which she hoped would mean he'd be rested and, finally, more affectionate. But that wasn't what happened. Instead of spending time together, he went out to play a local game for a few hours. When he finally came home, she had dinner ready for him, still holding on to that glimmer of hope that the day's rest and a home-cooked meal might soften him. Later, as they were getting ready for bed, she decided to try something playful, something to inject a little humor and spark back into their connection. She'd seen those silly videos online, the ones where wives playfully walk up to their husbands naked as a joke, and the husbands are always either amused, or excited, or both. She thought, at the very least, it would elicit some kind of reaction from him. So, after her shower, she walked out completely naked, passed by him casually as he sat on the couch, and just started talking to him about something mundane. She wasn't trying to be overtly sexual or demanding, she was trying to be lighthearted, to connect, to be seen. His reaction was not what she expected. He looked at her, his eyes quickly scanning, and then he simply said, "Oh, hey, naked." And then, immediately, his eyes averted. He didn't look at her again. Not a smile, not a laugh, not even a playful glance. Nothing. She got absolutely nothing. The silence in the room, and in her heart, was deafening. She didn't push it. She just walked to the bedroom, the playful energy completely drained from her, and got dressed. The weight of his non-reaction was crushing. But the story doesn't end there, and in fact, it gets even more heartbreaking. As he was also getting ready for bed, she decided to make one last, small effort. She playfully tugged on his shirt, a simple, gentle gesture, and said, "Let's go to bed." It was meant to be an invitation, a soft bid for closeness, for him to simply come to bed with her. His response was something she'll never forget. He genuinely looked fearful. He did this exaggerated, theatrical yawn, drawing out the sound as if he were absolutely at the point of collapse, and then he muttered that he was so tired. That moment, that exaggerated yawn paired with genuine fear in his eyes, made her feel absolutely awful. She couldn't comprehend it. Why would her being flirty, her attempting to be close, make him react with such obvious fear? It wasn't just a rejection, it felt like a visceral aversion. She desperately wants to talk about it, to understand what's happening, but he struggles to communicate. He either completely shuts down, gives no real answers, or outright refuses to discuss it at all. It's like hitting a brick wall every single time. She wants to be absolutely clear, she has never, and will never, pressure him for sex. In fact, she barely even tries to initiate intimacy anymore because the constant rejection, the way he pulls away, hurts so deeply. The most frustrating, and truly heartbreaking, part of this whole situation is that she has recently undergone a significant personal transformation. She's lost a lot of weight, she's taking much better care of herself, she's healthier, stronger, and for the first time in a long time, she finally feels confident and genuinely happy with who she is. And yet, despite all this newfound self-love and confidence, she feels completely invisible to her own partner. He says he's attracted to her, but with every fearful glance, every averted eye, every exaggerated yawn, it's getting harder and harder for her to believe him. Can anyone else out there relate to this agonizing situation? To feeling like a ghost in your own marriage, a source of fear for the person you love most? The pain of wanting to be seen, desired, and loved by your partner, only to be met with avoidance and what feels like genuine fear, is immense. It's a loneliness that hits harder because it's experienced right next to the person who should be your closest companion. What do you do when your partner seems to be afraid of the very intimacy that binds a relationship together? If you've been through something similar, or if you have any genuine, empathetic advice, please share it in the comments below. Let's create a space of support and understanding for her and for anyone else who might be going through something similar. Your insights could truly make a difference. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload.